So after a not so great first half for the Raptors, they come out in the second half and they're like, all right. We're done with this close game nonsense. And they obliterate the Detroit Pistons 123-94. Now, what I mean by how the half was that close, and I said at the end of the Leaf video, it was a tale of two halves. Or two halves. However you want to word it. But before we mention all that, just want to give you guys that one last quick heads up that tomorrow me and my friend will be doing the first podcast for the TO Sports Talk channel. We'll be breaking down Leafs, Raptors, Jays, and around the leagues and that kind of thing. 45 minutes to about an hour the video will be. It'll just be an audio thing. It'll be on YouTube though. Just giving you guys the heads up about that. Hope you guys enjoy it tomorrow. If you guys do, again, in the comments of that podcast video thing, please let us know. Please let me know how it goes, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow about that stuff. It's exciting. But let's get to this game at hand, because the Raptors, they had some fun in that second half. We'll break down some nifty looking moments in that game. But let's start off with the first half and how it really didn't go all that well. First quarter, you ended the quarter 30-27. You're up by your +4. That's okay. Second quarter, +2, 29-27. Again, you're up 6, but you were up by 12 at one point in that second quarter. They cut it to 6, and you're only up by, a 2-possession game at the half. The Pistons are a team that really looked for some spark from Blake Griffin. They really haven't found that in him quite yet. Only 12 points in the game, 4 of 12 shooting, 0 of 3 from 3. We all know what Blake Griffin is. But he hasn't really been the same since coming over to Detroit. Now, I understand it's going to take some adjusting to. LA was the only place he knew. So this is the adjustment period for him. But like I said, you're up 6 at the half. Okay, well, you got to come out flying in the third quarter. The Raptors fire up a 34 spot, and they only give up 22. You know what that is? The starters digging in. And then the bench coming in later in the quarter, and them digging in. Let's go into the fourth quarter. You score 30 more. You only give up 19. The defense and the offense clicking, all cylinders. Now, we'll break down some specific moments, but first up, you shoot 52% from the field. You shoot 45% from 3, 17 threes made, 22 of 23 from the line, 96%. Every bit of your shooting on point. Rebounds, you were +5. The offensive glass, again, still a problem. 13-6 in favor of the Pistons. However, 31 assists the Raptors. Look, when they get 30+, it's pretty much lights out. The ball was humming all over the place today. Some beautiful passes. Not to mention DeLon Wright, getting down low. Oh boy, there's 2 guys on him. I know Jakob Poeltl's behind me. Whoop! Fires it over the back of his head. Poeltl dunks it in. What a stud, DeLon Wright. Beautiful, beautiful dime on the play. Raptors get 10 steals to their 11, 7 blocks to their 3. 18 turnovers is something you really want to clean up. I think it was 18. Yeah, 18 turnovers, something you really want to clean up. However, you get the job done. The offense was flowing. That's just really what it is. And you know what? It wasn't just DeMar and Kyle. Both guys, 20 points combined for 11 assists. Kyle Lowry with 6 assists or 6 rebounds as well. Both players over 50% shooting. Kyle Lowry 6 of 10 for 60%, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. DeMar DeRozan 5 of 9, only took 9 shots in the game. 5 of 9, 55%. 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Missed his 1-3, but was a +14 on the floor. You know what we've seen as of late? The starters ± has been low, but the benches has been really high. That's a good thing for the bench mob. However, the starters really haven't been all that great. Well, every single starter today was +10 or higher. OG was +10, Ibaka +14, JV 14, Lowry +12, and DeRozan +14. That is very, very nice to see. And not to mention, Serge Ibaka, guys, was having a great night. 19 points, 9 rebounds, a couple steals, and a block. 7 of 14 shooting, 3 of 8 from 3, and you got the good defense from Serge as well. Great job. OG with 8 himself, 1 of 1 from 3, 3 of 4 from the field. That's more like the OG we've been seeing, we saw earlier in the year. JV only 2 points, 5 rebounds, but you know what? That's okay. 1 of 6 shooting, 0 of 2 from 3. So he's been struggling a little bit as of late. However, a nice looking block on Andre Drummond. I think it was in the third quarter there. If I'm not mistaken, it was. We know about Kyle and DeMar. Siakam, the bench. Guys, Siakam, I don't know what it is, but since we come back from the All-Star break, only been a couple games, he's been on a tear. I mean, we're going to break down some of his personal stats over the last little while. His last 3 games, 17 points, and today 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists, 5 of 7 shooting, plus 15 on the floor. Pascal Siakam works. Now, not just him, Jakob Poeltl with 8 points, DeLon Wright with 8, Van Vliet with 8, Miles with 9, Powell with 7. And Powell only in 9 minutes, too. 3 of 4 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3-point line. Great to see Powell doing that. Just the team overall was fantastic. And guys, don't you worry. I am not going to forget Jakob Poeltl's poster. He just plastered, Andre Drummond posters all over the city of Toronto. Right outside the ACC, there's a poster of Andre's face. There's a post of JV. His reaction was like, oh my, you've got to be kidding me. It looked like JV's dunks in overtime and in regulation against the Bucks. Once again, no call, but doesn't matter. Poeltl throws it down. Holy smokes, Poeltl power! Okay, getting a little too pumped over that. I'm getting a little too pumped over that. But you know what? Jakob Poeltl, that dunk was something else. I mean, he was so quick off the dribble. I mean, you look at Jakob Poeltl just standing there, and bang, beeline right to the net, beats Drummond, and throws it down. Game was out of reach at that point, but it just fires everyone up even more. The bench gets amped. Everyone's fired up. And can't forget Siakam's dunk in the second quarter. This team got to work in the second half. Not only in the defensive end, but the offensive end. Both ways. Now, is this a perfect game? No. Was it pretty much a perfect second half? As close as you can get. This team dominated the second half. I am proud of these guys. After a really tough game against Milwaukee and having a few days off to dwell on that tough loss, it's tough. And you came out a little slow in the first half defensively. But in the second half, my goodness, this team got to work. And I'm proud of them. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed this game. Smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of this game. Who's your player of the game in this one? Would you give it to Serge? Would you give it to Siakam? What about DeMar and Kyle with both 20 points? I want to hear what you guys have to say. And we'll talk to you guys, we'll talk to you guys Wednesday as the Raptors travel to Orlando to take on the Magic. 7 p.m. tip-off there. Look, that's a game you got to win. The Raptors schedule the rest of the way. Look, they play a lot of teams above 500. The Orlando Magic are not one of those teams. 18-42 are the Orlando Magic. We're going to see our old friend Bismack Biyombo down there in Orlando. It was nice. It was nice seeing him and all that jazz. Terrence Ross is still hurt, so you won't be seeing him. But let's go for 2 straight. I'm proud of the guys for today. All right, so we'll talk to you guys. Jay's Edition. That'll be on Monday, breaking down the week's games and all that stuff. We'll talk to you guys Leafs Edition tomorrow. As they look to rebound against the Florida Panthers and then go into that long layoff feeling on a good note. We'll talk to you guys Raptors Edition. That'll be Wednesday like we've been saying as they take on the Orlando Magic in Orlando looking for 2 straight. Let's keep the ball rolling. We'll talk to you guys then.